Okay, I've got this sort of setting up here on the dash of my truck while I'm going down the road, and I don't know how well this is going to work. I don't know if the camera's going to stay there. It may fall off. If it does, oops. Anyway, earlier today I was having a conversation with a couple of fellow MRAs. Now, these two men, I'm not going to mention their names, but they are men that I have a great amount of respect for. But just because I respect someone doesn't mean I agree with everything they have to say. We were talking about basically the difference between right and wrong. They were suggesting that right and wrong is not an absolute, that it basically, they were saying that it's on a scale, that something can be right or wrong or a little bit of both. And the example one of them gave was, he said, Jack, if there was a baby starving, you would steal to feed that baby, and don't say you wouldn't. And I said, no, I would, but I would also consider that act of stealing wrong. That is something I believe. And the reason that I deal in, I guess, in such hard absolutes when it comes to right and wrong is because I believe that it is a very slippery slope when you start to say, well, yeah, we consider this wrong, but we're going to give you a pass on it because of X, Y, and Z. Now, take the example of the baby starving and someone steals to feed the baby. That person is guilty of stealing, and stealing is wrong. That's it. I mean, the circumstances of stealing to feed the baby come into where, when it comes time to decide a punishment, I don't think a person who steals to feed a baby should go to prison. I don't think they should have to serve community service. I think that they should just have to repay what it is, that, however much it is that they stole from an individual. Let me give you an example here. There are some people who believe that a woman killing her husband because he beats on her, that she is justified in doing so, even though she has other options. There are people who believe that if I witness someone kill my wife, okay, I see them do it, and we go to court and they get off on some sort of technicality, that some people believe that I would be justified in going out and killing that person. I don't know. I think if I did go out and kill that person, then I would be guilty of committing a crime. So, we live in a world, and most of you who are MRAs have seen this, to where we continually give women a pass on their bad behavior. I mean, there's women who have gotten away with killing people because they were on PMS. Okay? Once we start saying, okay, yeah, you did this, and normally we would consider that a crime, but in your case, we're not going to. Once we start doing that, then anything becomes within the realm of possibility. The idea of, okay, yeah, lady, you walked into a 7-Eleven and mowed down 20 people with an Uzi, but you're a woman. Therefore, you are oppressed by the patriarchy, and therefore, we're just going to give you a pass on it. Yeah, okay, that scenario, it sounds absurd. But Once you start down that slippery slope, it is within the realm of possibility. Even though it sounds absurd now, it may not sound so absurd 5 or 10 years from now. So, we cannot go down that slippery slope. We can't even take one step down that slope. And I'll give you, let me just tell you this little story. Karen Strom was talking about how she does not moderate her YouTube channel. She does not check the comments. She does not delete comments from her YouTube channel. She doesn't flag them down or anything like that. The reason that she doesn't do that, of course, the reason that she gave that she doesn't do that is because if she does it one time, then she is therefore responsible for every comment on her YouTube channel. See, once she moderates one comment, then she's responsible from then on. Okay? Once we take one step down that slope, we're obligated to keep going. If we did it once, we've got to do it again. That's the way it works. If we give one person a pass, then we're going to have to give other people a pass. And then it's, well, we give them a pass for this, we'll have to give some people a pass for that, and for that, and for this over here, and for that over there. And the next thing you know, we don't have a legal system or a justice system anymore. We have chaos. We have anarchy. So that is the reason I take such a hard line on the difference between right and wrong. There's some things that people do that is wrong, even though I sympathize with the reason why they did it. So yeah, I just, again, I would like to reiterate that these two men are men that I respect greatly. I have a high amount of respect for these two men. They're men that I admire and I look up to. They know who they are, and I'm not going to mention their names. And if you know who I'm talking about, if you were a witness to this conversation, please do not put their names in the comments. I'm not making this to shame them. I'm making this video because, well, for one thing, I'm riding down the road. I can't type out what I would like to say. The second thing is, to me, I'm able to do this better on a video because I can get my point across with the inflection, and so that the person, it's less likely that there will be confusion, that someone will take something the wrong way. So yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but this sliding scale stuff, it makes me, I guess, because I told them, I said, I guess I've been jaded because I've been on the wrong end of double standards for most of my life. This stuff makes me want to puke, and it does. To me, it's a breakdown of one of the basic building blocks of our society, and it's a slippery slope, and it dead ends in a complete and utter chaos. And so I can't agree with them on this. But anyway, hope this turned out well. I hope you all are having a good day, and we'll talk to you later.